At the back of the shop, the borrowed book lay still, where amber light fell narrow on the mahogany sill. A pressed sprig of heather slept between the leaves, thin as purple weather under paper, worn at the sleeves. The street outside was gray stone, cold along the glass, and the bell above the doorway let the evening pass. The heather in the borrowed book kept one little hour, not bright enough for springtime, not faded from its flower. No promise had to rise there, no answer had to stay, only paper holding softly what the room could not say. A porcelain cup stood cooling by the counter's edge, with a spoon of quiet silver and dust upon the ledge. The leather chair had settled where her coat once made it warm, and old receipts lay folded like small weather after storm. I did not turn the pages to find what I had missed. The shop grew mild around me, as if the lamp had listened. Some gestures keep no reason, some flowers make no claim, they only rest in silence and leave the page less plain. The heather in the borrowed book stayed where it had lain, with amber on the margin and gray stone in the pane. No promise had to rise there, only calm beneath the line, as Edinburgh kept the evening and made the quiet mine. Amber lamps between the shelves made the paper glow, on cloth-bound spines and titles only dusk could know. The mahogany rose darker where the ceiling turned to shade, and dust crossed through the lamplight like a thought delayed. A wooden ladder waited near the upper row, with one worn step polished by a hand from long ago. The heather lay unopened in the borrowed book nearby, while the grey street held its silence under Edinburgh's sky. Amber lamps between the shelves kept the evening mild, not bright enough for wonder, not distant, not wild. No promise had to rise there, no answer had to stay, only light along the bindings where the quiet found its way. A pencil slept beside the till, its yellow nearly brown, and folded little receipts lay softly written down. The leather chair was empty, but the room did not feel bare, for old books keep a breathing no one notices there. I let the upper shadows gather into gold, and heard the bell above the doorway hold its tone untold. Nothing in the air returned what years had moved away. The lamps made every absence gentle for a day. Some rooms speak by keeping still, some light remembers where it will. Amber lamps between the shelves lowered into brown, while Edinburgh beyond the glass turned slowly through the town. No promise had to rise there, only calm along the line, as the old shop held the evening in a narrow thread of shine. The bell above the bookshop door kept one small tone of brass, soft enough to vanish when the colder footsteps passed. It rang when evening entered, with the gray upon its coat, then settled in the timber like a low remembered note. The counter held a ledger with its corners worn and thin, and old ink leaned together where the names had once been in. A porcelain cup stood empty near the shadow of the stair, while paper gave the room its dry and patient air. The bell above the bookshop door moved gently through the years, not loud enough for calling, not sharp enough for tears. No promise crossed the threshold, no answer touched the floor, only brass remembering softly by the bookshop door. I thought of how she raised her eyes before the ringing died, one hand upon a page and Amber at her side. She never hurried toward it, never made the hours strange. The little sound arrived and let the room arrange. The heather in the borrowed book stayed hidden near the spine, and dust along the window turned the street to wine. I did not ask the doorway for the days it could not keep. The bell had learned a softness almost deep. Some sounds remain in woodwork after footsteps disappear. They do not bring the past back, they make the present clear. The bell above the bookshop door trembled once, then stayed, while evening on the window turned the stone a deeper shade. No promise crossed the threshold, only calm along the floor, as Edinburgh kept the amber and the bell rang nothing more. The wool coat on the leather chair kept shape enough to seem as though the afternoon had only stepped into a dream. Its sleeve hung near the wooden arm, still softened by the light, while Edinburgh beyond the glass was turning into white. A teacup cooled beside it, with a spoon across the rim, and all the amber in the lamp grew lower, almost dim. The wool coat on the leather chair held the quiet there, with paper on the table and a warmth left in the air. No great word needed saying, no old hour had to start, only cloth beside the lamplight, making room around the heart. The chair had learned a hollow from the years of sitting still near the narrow bookshop window and the street below the hill. A folded receipt was lying where the counter met the grain, and one small flake of heather had come loose beside my name. I did not lift the coat there, I only let it be, while the shelves stood dark and patient, keeping company with me. Some things are almost empty, yet they soften where they stay. A sleeve, a chair, a little warmth, the room would not give away. The wool coat on the leather chair darkened with the room, while the heather in the borrowed book kept its faded bloom. No grandness crossed the evening, only calm along the stair, as the old shop held the lamplight, and the coat kept waiting there. The cup had lost its silver, the window gathered stone, and the chair with nothing in its arms did not seem alone. Where she marked the page, the lamplight narrowed down, touching cream old paper with a little amber crown. The heather lay between two lines, fragile, thin and dry, while grey stone filled the window with a quiet northern sky. Her hand had placed it gently where the printed words grew still, beside a pale margin and the shadow of the sill. No ribbon tied the moment, no letter gave it weight. The flower made the silence almost adequate. Where she marked the page, nothing needed more. Not the bell above the entrance, not the footsteps by the door. No promise crossed the paper, no answer touched the line. Only heather pressed in silence where the old light learned to shine. I thought of how she lowered it, not careful to be seen, a purple weather fading into paper soft and clean. The counter held a teacup and a pencil worn with use, while dust moved through the upper shelves, too gentle to refuse. She did not make it precious, she did not make it grand. She only left a little bloom where quiet things could stand. The shop kept on around her with its lamps and muted grain. The page received the flower and did not ask again. Some nearness has no language, it only takes its place between a line of printed words and a flower without weight. where she marked the page. The evening gathered thin, and the bookshop held the amber like a warmth folded in. No promise crossed the paper, only calm beneath the line, as the heather kept the silence that was almost mine. Tea cooling by the counter held a small brown shine beside a butter biscuit and a penciled selling line. The mahogany till was quiet, brass worn pale with use, and old paper gave the air its dry and patient loose. Outside the gray streets softened on the window glass, while shelves stood close together and let the evening pass. Tea cooling by the counter kept the hours small, with no steam left rising and amber on the wall. No great word needed keeping, no old day had to return, only warmth inside the porcelain, where the quiet seemed to turn. A spoon lay in the saucer with a thin silver trace, and one dry heather petal touched the bookshop lace. The legend near the teacup held its columns neat and low, with names of books and strangers from a season long ago. I did not search the writing for where her hand had been. The tea had cooled completely, yet the room stayed warm within. Some evenings lose their heat, but not the place they meet. A cup can hold the silence and make the hour complete. Tea cooling by the counter rested into brown, while Edinburgh beyond the glass drew evening through the town. No great word needed keeping, only calm along the grain, as the old shop held the teacup and let the light remain. The ladder by the mahogany shelf stood narrow, worn and still. beneath the higher volumes, near the shadow of the sill. Its wooden steps were polished where her hand had often stayed, while amber dust moved slowly through the quiet evening shade. A book above the poetry leaned softly out of line, as if it had been waiting for a touch from another time. The ladder by the mahogany shelf kept the upper light, where paper slept in silence and the day grew thin and white. No promise waited higher, no old voice called below, only wood beside the bindings where the softer hours go. I thought of how she reached there with lamplight on her sleeve, and drew a book down gently as if asking it to breathe. The bell beside the doorway held its little tongue of air, and the leather chair beneath it kept the shape of someone there. The heather in the borrowed book lay hidden near the spine, while every shelf grew warmer in the last of amber shine. Some hands are kept by surfaces that never speak at all. A step worn smooth, a lifted book, a shadow on the wall. The ladder by the mahogany shelf rested into brown, while Edinburgh beyond the glass grew colder in the town. No promise waited higher, only come along the road, as the old shop held the lamplight where the softer hours go. Grey stone beyond the window held the last of afternoon, where Edinburgh moves slowly under light, the color of a spoon. The bookshop glass was softened by the breath of colder air, and amber from the table lamp lay trembling faintly there. Inside, the shelves were warmer than the city seemed to be, with heather in the borrowed book kept quietly from the street. Gray stone beyond the window made the lamplight kind, with the old shop breathing and the colder world behind. No promise crossed the pavement, no old hour had to stay, only stone outside the window turning softly into gray. A passerby went slowly with his collar raised in brown, then vanished past the corner where the narrow street went down. The brass bell did not answer, the ladder did not move. A teacup by the counter kept its little amber groove. I touched the book's worn cover, not to open it again, but only for the quiet held between the cloth and grain. Some cities keep their tenderness behind a pane of glass, a little room of lamplight lets the evening pass. Gray stone beyond the window darkened into blue, while the heather in the borrowed book kept what it softly knew. No promise crossed the pavement, only come along the day, as Edinburgh held the lamplight and let the street turn gray. The last line in faded ink lay near the margin's end, where paper had grown ivory from the years it could not mend. It curved beneath a printed word, too faint to understand, as if a thought had paused there in a careful borrowed hand. The heather left a shadow where its little stem had been, and amber from the reading lamp moved quietly within. The last line in faded ink kept the page half true, with nothing fully spoken and nothing made new. No promise asked for keeping, no answer crossed the page, only ink grown soft with silence at the turning of an age. I leaned beside the counter where old receipts were tied, and heard the wooden ladder settle softly at my side. The bell above the doorway held its brass without a sound, while gray stone through the window made the lamplight gather round. I did not read the writing as a message meant for me. Some lines are only gentle where they almost cease to be. Some words are kinder fading than they ever were when clear. They leave the page less certain and bring the room more near. The last line in faded ink, lowered into gold, not young enough for longing, not sorrowful or old, no promise asked for keeping, only calm beneath the page, as the bookshop held the evening at the turning of an age. When Edinburgh kept the last page, the shop had grown still, with amber on the window and gray beyond the sill. The borrowed book lay open where the heather softly stayed, its purple nearly vanished, yet not wholly turned to shade. I placed it between the lines and let the cover close, as gently as a room gives back daylight from a rose. The bell above the doorway did not ask me to remain. It held its brass above the pane. When Edinburgh kept the last page, nothing had to stay. Not the cup on the counter, not the ending of the day. No promise asked returning, no old hour called my name. Only heather in the paper, where the quiet kept its flame. The leather chair stood empty by the darkened reading light, and the ladder near the shelving lost its stripe of white. A teacup by the counter kept no warmth to retrieve, yet all the room seemed kinder than the room I came to leave. I did not ask the window where her footsteps had gone. The gray stone took evening, and the lamplight carried on. Some books close so softly, they do not seem to end. They keep one flower hidden and make silence kind again. When Edinburgh kept the last page, the amber lowered slow, and the bookshop held the evening as it let the old hour go. No promise asked returning, only calm along the frame. As I stepped into the gray street, and the last page kept her name. The brass bell moved behind me, the window turned to gold. What I did not carry, the borrowed book could hold.